Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Creole Narratives podcast. I'm your host, Fadia Patterson. I'm a journalist and educator originally from Crown Heights, Brooklyn, and now living in Tampa, Florida. I'm fresh off of a trip with 30 members of my family to Haiti. This trip was planned a year ago as a family reunion following my grandmother's passing. So I've gotten many questions about how this trip was even possible with a level 4 warning issued by the U.S. Department of State, which says, quote, "Do not travel to Haiti. The current security situation in Haiti is unpredictable and dangerous," end quote. Because of gang violence and prison breaks in Port-au-Prince, as you may have seen on the news, the airports and some roads have been shut down and a curfew is in place. But there was one cruise ship port about 6 hours north of the capital that was open. It's in Labadee, Haiti, about 30 minutes from where my mother grew up in Cap-Haïtien, also known as Okap. My mother also tells me that this was the very beach in Labadee that she used to visit as a child, which, by the way, the water is so beautiful and blue. It was a very nostalgic experience for me since I have visited Haiti before and also went to preschool there. Since 1986, the beachfront has been leased by the Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, which is how I traveled to Haiti this week. So this family reunion was truly divine in the fact that it even happened considering all that is going on in Haiti's capital and with the government recently. I actually came back on the exact day that Haiti's Prime Minister, Ariel Henry, resigned.
The United States says it expects a transitional council to be in place in Haiti over the next 2 days as the violence-ridden country is left without a leader.
So right after leaving the port in Labadee, Royal Caribbean announced that it would be suspending trips to its port in Haiti until further notice, which means myself and my family were among the last group of passengers to visit Labadee, Haiti. In a statement, the cruise line says the safety and security of our guests, crew, and communities we visit are our top priority. Our global security and intel team is closely monitoring the evolving situation in Haiti, and in an abundance of caution, we are temporarily making adjustments to sailings visiting Labadee. We will continue to monitor and reassess calls as needed and will communicate updates with guests directly, end quote. So that decision is perfectly understandable. There are a lot of mixed emotions, especially among my family members who don't get to go often, but are sharing via our family chats that they were just grateful to get the chance to visit, considering the time that we are in. I do have family that left Haiti in their youth for the United States with the hopes that things would improve enough so that they could return and maybe even retire as seniors, but they are now mourning that that option may not be available to them. I even posted some visuals on my Instagram, and many followers were surprised by what they saw because it was a completely different picture than what they are used to seeing, which is poverty and slums. For my master's thesis, I actually focused on that topic and how portrayals of Haiti has influenced global perceptions of the country and its descendants over the years. I believe that social media has created a platform to showcase a more diverse perspective and share more of the country's rich culture. I have tons of videos and pictures from Labadee and Cap-Haïtien which show the entire country is not like the negative stereotypes portrayed, but there's beauty in its resources, mountains, infrastructure, art, food, people, and culture, which is in fact what the majority of the nation looked like decades ago before violence, corruption, and back-to-back earthquakes devastated Haiti. When you reach the port in Labadee, you are met with drums, singing, and dancing, and it felt like a homecoming. And because of the excursions that we were able to go on, we were able to engage with the people. About 5,000 natives still live in the city of Labadee today. That area is not owned by the Royal Caribbean. Now, I am fluent in Creole, which made my engagement a lot easier. They called me and my best friend who was with me, Mun Lakai, which is a term of endearment that loosely translates into people of our home. Another concern that was brought up by my family members is that you now have a community that relied on tourism for jobs and now may not have that for a while because no ships will be coming through there. A lot of the employees at the port are Haitian and natives of the city, so their livelihoods are being held hostage by the ongoing turmoil at the nation's capital, which again is about 6 hours away. And this is a real-time example of when violence and corruption and insecurity are happening in the capital, how it spills over and impacts not just one section of Haiti, but can impact the entire nation. So how do we get here? That's something that I want to dive into throughout this podcast, and it could take hours. In brief, Haiti has had a complex history that started off with a triumphant slave revolt, which led to it becoming the first Black republic and gaining its independence in 1804. But by 1825, the country was forced to pay reparations to its former slave owners, the French, for that freedom. Over the next century, Haiti paid French slaveholders and their descendants the equivalent of between 20 to 30 billion in today's dollars. That was a debt that was not healthy for the country's economy. Then you add to that all of the political issues with corruption. The original members of my family, including my grandmother, who migrated from Haiti to the US, Canada, Chicago, and New York City, left under the Duvalier regime or dictatorship, and that was in the 1970s and onward. That's when the elders of my family said that they saw a significant decline in Haiti, which caused great instability. And that is a cycle that has continued throughout the decades. I vividly remember another time leading up to the coup of President Aristide, where more family members made the decision to make the U.S. their permanent home. Fast forward years later, we now have another president who is gone by assassination, Jovenel Moïse, in 2021, and now Ariel Henry has decided to step down. So yet again, we're seeing more migrations happen where Haitians are coming to the U.S. to seek out a better life. Some in recent years have come through the Biden administration's humanitarian parole program. I know that I have family members that are on that waiting list right now, but everything is up in the air right now, considering what is going on. And to help Americans get back home, the Florida Division of Emergency Management has launched a portal to collect information from Floridians and other Americans who may be trapped in Haiti. And I heard that New York City also has a similar program. This is obviously a critical time for Haitians there in the U.S. and abroad. We all are watching as the events there unfold quickly and change day by day. The Creole Narratives podcast will be profiling some prominent Haitians and Haitian Americans and their lived experiences. Once again, I'm your host, Fadia Patterson. Thanks so much for joining me on my journey to amplify Haiti.